Somebody had cooking.
Devaaya
so much to the young adults for your lovely offering. To officially commence our program, I would like to introduce and welcome Uncle Jay Shankar, who is our Northern Region President, to give us a welcome speech. Let us welcome Uncle Jay to the stage.
Humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan, the elders, brothers and sisters and children. A warm welcome to all of you here today. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming every one of you to our Northern Regional Aradhana Mahotsavam Festival. It is so loving to see you all here face to face in a regional function after a long time due to the pandemic. Let us all take a minute to rewind our clock 11 years back. When Swami decided to attain Mahasamadhi on Easter Sunday, the day Jesus decided to resurrect, the day Swami decided to move from form to formless, from duality to non-duality. Swami has always reminded us this ultimate truth. I am in you, with you, above you, and around you. Swami is very much in our hearts, guiding us, guarding us, and loving us forever. So he is inside your hearts to always listen to him, follow him, and have firm faith in him. Let us be his instruments. We are so fortunate to be brought into his fold by the avatar. We are the chosen one. He chose us to be in his fold. So we are therefore the chosen ones, and he has brought us for us to grow spiritually and realize the inherent divinity. So let us not forget the purpose why we are here, why we have come to today's function, and why we come to the Sai centers and the regional functions. So we have come here to really spiritually grow and realize our inherent divinity. So let us all work together, come together, help each other, and spiritually grow. That is the main purpose we are here in this organization. So let us do that. And so let us remember the purpose why we are here, and why we have come into his fold, and focus on our objectives. So that's the main thing, we really have to focus on our objectives, why we are coming in Swami's fold, and why Swami did bring us to his fold. So with that, we have a great speaker, Brother Venu is here, who is going to talk about our theme tonight. Our theme is Journey to Sai. So I didn't want to take any of his talk, steal his talk. So with that, I really want to welcome you, all of you here. Please stay back, enjoy the whole function, please support us, and we'll have a nice lunch afterwards. So please do stay and enjoy the function. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you so much, Uncle Jay, for your warm welcome. As you all may know, and as Uncle Jay mentioned in his speech, our theme for today is Journey to Sai. I'm delighted to introduce Uncle Venu Gopal Naidu, who will be talking to us about the significance of today's theme. Uncle Venu was fortunate to study in Swami's College in the 1980s and was an economics lecturer at ICFAI University before migrating to Aotearoa, New Zealand. He's very passionate about Swami's work and is currently serving as our regional service convener. Following Uncle Venu's talk, we will have a video from the Kai From Sai service activity. The video reflects Kai From Sai's journey, which started on the 1st of October 2018, and it's still continuing, and we hope to continue it in the future as well. Thank you so much, and Sai Ram.
ఈ సాయి అనేటువంటి పదములో ఉండినటువంటి అంతరార్థాన్ని ప్రొద్దున గమనించారు.
You must have observed this morning the inner significance of the sacred name
మొట్టమొదట
Sai.
సర్వీస్.
First, service.
SAI అనేటువంటి దాంట్లో ఎస్ సర్వీస్.
S-A-I. S stands for service.
ఏ అడరేషన్.
A, adoration.
I illumination.
I, illumination.
ఈ మూడే భక్తి, కర్మ, భక్తి, జ్ఞానం.
These three signify devotion, action and wisdom.
No, action, devotion,
Action, devotion.
ఈ సాయి అనేటువంటి
Koti pranam to our beloved Swami from all of us. Swami had come to Vrindavan once, and we were very excited as students, and we were expecting a lot of good times to come. But for some reason, Swami looked a little dull. We thought maybe the traveling and all was getting very dull. Then after next day, he was not talking to the students. We thought there could be some problems or whatever. Third day also he didn't talk. We were all quite disappointed, quite sad. Then we requested our warden to ask Swami to come to our hostel and talk to us. He agreed, and we were so excited and happy, and we tidied up like how we tidy up before festivals. We tidied up at our hostel, clean, broom, these, everything is done. Swami had come. And usually before Swami speaks, students are allowed to speak. Few students come and speak. So few students came and spoke Swami about Swami's qualities. Swami, you are avatar, you are so much teachings you have given us, Satya, Dharma, Shanti and Prema, and all we kept on telling. And also, one of the students said, boasted ourselves, so we are doing this, we are doing that, Swami, we are following your ideals, we are following service, we are doing that. We all were very excited, oh, what a beautiful way he's patting ourselves. It was very nice. We clapped very loudly. One of the students also said in the end, that Swami, we love you so much that we are ready to be outside in the rain for a few hours for your darshan. We are ready to sacrifice that. And we all were very, well, at the age of 17, 18, we were quite moved with all these things. We were quite excited, and we clapped very nicely. Then Swami's turn came. This time Swami did not start with a poem. Then we thought something is wrong. Then it happened. He started with the word sir. My God, whenever Swami used the word sir, there is something wrong. Sir, if you can stay for 3 hours outside, this Swami can stay outside for a few days for you. 10 times, 100 times I can do that for you. Then we thought there is something wrong here. He is going to blast us properly. That's what happened also. Then he said, I have constructed this organization not for only education. This institution is for you to grow. It's not for you to correct others or comment on others and all. You have to look inside, grow yourself. Swami wants action. Swami doesn't want anything from you. Doesn't expect anything from you. That was made very clear. Swami, we do this for you, we do that. No, don't do anything for me. Do it for yourself. It's very clear and straight into the head. Then again he said, sir. Oh my God, something else is there. Then he said, Swami works 24 hours a day. Have you seen me? He said, yes, I don't even waste even 1 minute or 1 second. Everything is devoted for you and you alone. I said, okay, Swami. What are you doing? You're working mechanically. These were addressing the students. You just do, go, study, come, eat, sleep. This even animals can do. You were little hurt. Not very hurt, little hurt. It's okay. Then Swami went on to say, there must be a bhavam, a spirit in you. Human beings must have that spirit of whatever they do. If you fight also, you must fight very nicely. If you talk nicely. Behave nicely. Do best what you can. So that's what Swami was saying. Have that bhavam. Have that spirit of what you do. So it was quite a hectic thing for our small brains that time. It was too much to digest. And Swami is so interesting. One side you will see one angle is very, very Rudra kind of thing, very angry. Suddenly he changes this way. Tonight all of you are going to have dinner. And that's true, a 5-star dinner. Very nice ice creams around there. So he told all of us that we were very happy. See, 300 plus students was here in the hostel and we all were very happy. Oh, Swami is going to give us. He also in between gave us laddus and fruits and all. When God gives, there's no limit. And he made us so happy because we are all away from our parents. So this is what is Swami. Now, tell me, who is there for us to tell us that you are not going properly in this path? You are not going this way or that way. So this Aradhana Mahotsavam, dear brothers and sisters, is for us to stop, pause, reflect, understand. See where exactly we are in our journey to Sai. Are we running there only? Are you going backwards? Are you going forward? You are. There is always scope to grow, improve, better. So Swami is there, he can guide us. Now, how will we know where we are? Each one of us, just because I have grey hair, I've been called here to stand and talk to you, doesn't mean that I'm an expert in everything. I'm also a traveler like you, fellow traveler. Here, Swami gives, the Sai literature, there are 3 tools given. First is self-audit every day. Self-audit. Second, spiritual diary. Have 9 points of code of conduct on that, spiritual diary. Third, SQ. We heard about IQ, we heard about EQ, and SQ. I'm sure you know what SQ is. What is SQ? Spiritual quotient. So, first one is very easy, self-audit. You've got to be true to yourself, that's what Swami said. So every day what is happening, reflect on that. And are we going on the track or not? Second, have some milestones in your diary, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you want to achieve in your spiritual diary, including 9-point code of conduct. Third one is spiritual quotient. I'm a student of economics, so I always measure things, whether spiritual or not. So see how far you're progressing in your, do you still get, last year you're Venu, today you are Venu plus. Do you still get angry if somebody irritates you? Do you still love Swami so much as you used to love before? Do you have the forgiveness capability? Are you expanding your heart? So all these questions are self-explanatory to be asked. And very easy for us to do and not easy also for us to do. So Swami gives us these three things. He also talks about harmony. 3 harmonies he asks. Harmony with self, ourselves, we must be in harmony always, which means also harmony at home, family. If something is wrong in the family, then nothing works properly. So make sure that you are in harmony, Swami says. Second, in the family. Third, at the workplace, have a harmonious relationship where you are. The last one, I'm sure you understand, harmony in the Sai organization, very important. Obviously, when we do all this, we'll be harmonious in the community and elsewhere also. So there is one very popular, should I say, very famous Rig Veda, which says, I'll just sing it for you. Please bear with my tone, it may not be good. What it says, I'll explain to you later. Samgachadvam samvadadvam Samvo manansi janatam samgacchadvam samvadadvam samvo manansi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve sanjananam upasate samaniva akrute samana hridayaniva samanamastu omano yathava susahasati. Let us all walk together. Let us all have one common voice. Let our minds be united. Let our hearts be united. Let this organization, which is capable of taking us across, have the same purpose for which we are all united. This is a very popular Rig Veda, 1700 BC was written, and this is for global peace, harmony, and unity. And Sai organization stands for this. We all must be having a unity in our minds, thoughts, ideas, and also the purpose for which we are here. This is all good, but how do we get inspired every day? One day you listen to something, you get inspired. Every day you got to be inspired. How do we do that? It's like a jhula in the park. You know, once you push the jhula, it comes down and slowly and stops. Again, somebody has to push, isn't it? So who is that pushing force? What do we do that with that? Swami says, just do small 3 things, that's it, that's enough. It's called Chitta Shuddhi, he says, but the word is very simple but very difficult. He says, do daily meditation, do Namasmarana, and do Seva whenever it is possible. And Swami work, there's nothing called Swami's work. Every work is Swami's work. You are at the office also is Swami's work. You are doing here also Swami's work. Everything is Swami's work. There's nothing called separate. So that's what Swami said. 3 things, very simple. Swami said, have this. And when we want inspiration, how do we know how to get inspiration from Swami? So Swami says, when you pray, ask for, I'll jumble up this word, you tell me which one is first. Swami says, ask for ability, ask for faith, ask for love. If Swami says, I'll give you only one, which one do you think should we ask? It's a difficult question, yes. Faith. Number 1 is faith. Swami, give us faith, believe, trust. That's faith which I hold. See, if I want to hold this, it needs some energy, effort. To lose, it's very easy to lose. Just throw it. No effort, isn't it? You need to hold on to something, you need a lot of effort. Constant passion, you need that. So, to hold on to it, we need faith. Then comes love. Obviously, love can achieve a lot of many things. But, and last, ability to overcome this bhavasagara or to do better and all. So this is what Swami's, should I say, inspiration for us. And one last inspiration, what Swami said, I don't know whether all of you know it or not. We as students said, Swami, we are missing you, we'll go off. How do we get inspiration from you? Okay, give Pada Namaskar, we'll keep your Padukas in our heart, we said. Swami said, no. Then we were surprised. What is it? All of the people come and do Pada Namaskar, and Swami says that is enough. He says, no. Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face for inspiration. Very boldly, Swami said this. Very clearly said that. So I think, I'm sure most of you also, when you pray, you can see the Swami himself. Sometimes he talks to you. Sometimes your eyelids also moves. And sometimes if he's not happy, you can easily find out. If he's happy also, you find out. If he's not happy also, you can find out. So he says, this is what Swami said. I'm just sharing with you. Look at my face when you're in trouble, when you're difficulty, when you want some direction, when you want some help. Look at me for inspiration. I'll just finish off with a small song. We are in troubled times, all of us know. I don't want to tell you more about it, what difficulties we have go. We have a lot of ups and downs in lives. So there are 2 things that always help us in the ups and downs. One is Asha and Vishwas. What is Asha? Hope. Vishwas? Trust. Tum Asha Vishwas Hamare, Tum Dharti Akash Hamare. तात मात और बंद भ्रात हो, अश्रु हमारे आंखों में तुम होंठों पे पास रहोगे साई, तुम आशा और विश्वास हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे. Swami always be with us and guide us. Jai Sai Ram.
Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord.
Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord.
Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord.
Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Sai Ram.
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 Govinda, Buddha, Jesus, the Master. Govinda, Buddha, Jesus, the Master. Sai Ram, Rahim, Mahavir, Sai Nata. Sai Ram, Rahim, Mahavir, Sai Nata. He is all named and all formed for everyone. He is all named and all formed for everyone. He is all named and all formed, Almighty One. He is all named and all formed, Almighty One. He is all named and all formed, Almighty One. Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Sai Ram. Bole Bala, O Buddha, Jesus, the Master. Sai Ram, Rahim, Mahavir, Sai Nata. Bole Bala, O Buddha, Jesus, the Master. Sai Ram, Rahim, Mahavir, Sai Nata. He is all named and all formed for everyone. He is all named and all formed, Almighty One. He is all named and all formed, Almighty One. Chant the name of God, sing the glory of the Lord.
We are blessed, we are blessed, we are blessed. Sai Baba is watching over us.
We
I was doing a few things in GI tonight and I saw the free meal sign and I was like, oh, I want to do a video on Kai from Sai. So here's Yoga, and he's one of their many wonderful volunteers. They're situated in different parts of Auckland, Monday to Sunday, every single night, giving out delicious vegetarian meals for free to anyone that walks up. And I asked these beautiful volunteers, why do you do what you do? And they said, because it feels good. They love all, serve all, so they do not discriminate on your background, your colour or anything. If you're hungry and you show up, they got you. They also give out fruit, which I think is really, really cool. So it's 100% volunteer driven. They do not collect money or take donations, and they serve around 1,200 people per week. So this is where you can find them, Monday to Sunday. And even if you drive by and see them or you're walking past, just go and say, shop, bro.
Last week's dinner was delicious.
Good job, guys.
Very cool.
Okay.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is Kai from Sai, a food service run by volunteers of the Satna Sai faith who provide free meals at the centre on a Thursday night. Tony arranged for them to be here, and they're happy to help out.
We are just motivated through love, and we thought that because it's winter and we started last year, and the idea came up with the homeless and the needy, and we thought that what can we do in some little way to help them to appease their situation. You could see the smile and even the appreciation, thank you. You don't expect that, but suddenly they'll come up and say thank you, and even a compliment that the meal was nice, and we'll see you again next week.
Kai from Sai provide their service in neighbouring Otahuhu as well, and while it's a welcome effort, there's still a long way to go to fix homelessness.
We now have Auntie Kokala, our Regional Devotional Coordinator, who will be leading the Saya Stotram. By now, you all would have received 2 cups, one with rice and one to put the rice into. During the chanting of the Stotram, please put a few grains of rice into the empty cup when we chant Namaha. This rice will be collected at the end and will be cooked and served in the Kai from Sai service video, in the Kai from Sai service activity, which we just watched a video of. And this service activity has and is touching many, many lives of people all over Auckland. And as we know, Swami has always placed a lot of emphasis on Narayan Seva. We hope to continue this work and also include more of our divine family in it. Thank you.
Shri Sai Shantamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulabha Prasannaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Babaya Namaha.
Janani
from the Sai Centre of Auckland City and Keishaka from the Sai Centre of Papatoetoe. They will be sharing a little bit about what Swami and Aradhana Day means to them and how they will carry out Swami's legacy. Let's welcome Pranav, followed by Kishika. Thank you.
Sai Ram, everyone. My humblest pranams at Swami's Divine Lotus feet. Sai Ram, dear brothers, sisters, and revered elders. My name is Pranav, and I'm an SSC student from the Auckland City Sai Center. I'm highly privileged to be here today and share my thoughts on Aradhana Day and Swami, as well as how I can contribute to his legacy. Although I was just 3 years old when Swami left his physical body, Aradhana Day still has a deep significance to me, and being on the spiritual path is something that shapes me every day. So, what does Swami mean to me? To answer this, I'd like to share some of my personal experiences that I believe reflect on what an incredible guide and friend Swami has been to me. My family relocated to New Zealand about 4 years ago when I was 9 years old. We immediately joined a local Sai Center, and I started attending bhajans and SSC classes. At bhajans, I was always mesmerized by the tabla, and since then, I knew that I was extremely interested in it and wanted to start learning. Soon after, it just so happened that another center member gave me a roll tabla set completely out of the blue. So I started to learn the tabla, and the more classes I went for, the more engrossed I became into this fascinating instrument. After only about 6 months of learning, I got the opportunity to play at our weekly Thursday bhajans. Fast forward to about 2.5 years, Swami sees to it that I get every opportunity to play for him. To me, playing the tabla and singing bhajans is a way of connecting with Swami. It reminds me of how he helps me in the smallest and biggest of ways, and makes me feel grateful to have been born and raised in a Sai family. Now, what is the real meaning of Aradhana Day? True Aradhana is glorifying Satya Sai Baba by practicing his teachings. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, do we practice Swami's teachings? Do we serve all? Do we love all? Do we help ever, hurt never? I can say that I try, but definitely not always. Well, a good place to start is the 5 human values: Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, and Ahimsa. It seems simple, but is one of the most effective ways of portraying Swami's teachings. This is what Aradhana Day means to me: embodying these 5 principles and constantly tuning into Swami's divine energy through regular prayer and bhajan. Moving on now, to those in the audience that know me personally, you may have noticed that I'm quite a quiet person. And believe it or not, this is one of my ways of contributing to Swami's work. Swami says the voice of God can be heard only in the depth of silence. Silence is the speech of the spiritual seeker. I believe only speaking when necessary is a skill one must develop, especially my sister and mother. I'd like to finish off by adding a little bit about how I see myself contributing to Swami's legacy. To me, Swami's legacy was simple. As he always said, service to man is service to God. Simple acts of service towards those around me are one of the ways in which I contribute to Swami's legacy. It may start small, for example, helping a classmate with his homework at school, and then hopefully one day, slowly but surely will grow into bigger service activities within the organization and outside, so I can contribute to humanity in my own ways. I look up to you all elders and pray to dear Swami to guide me from within. Hence, service is the way in which I would personally like to keep Swami's legacy alive. I hope that this talk gave you a little bit to think about to become closer to Swami this Aradhana Day. Thank you all for listening. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kishika Naikar. I am from the Southeast SSC and I am in Group 4. Today, I'll be sharing with you my journey with Swami and how I incorporate his legacy into my everyday life. Growing up, I was born into a Sai family, but my journey with Swami began at the age of 5 when we started going to Thursday bhajans. When my mom heard about the Educator program, she was enthusiastic for me to join. When I was younger, every Saturday morning, I'd wake up and ask my mom, "Is there SSE today?" And she would be like, "Yes." Instantly, I would start making excuses on how I can't go because I suddenly feel sick. But mothers, being mothers, she would drop me off at 2 and pick me up at 4. But eventually, over time, things changed, and I started enjoying going to SSE. I made great friends, and SSE became more like a family to me rather than a weekend commitment. Being part of the Sai family has allowed me to grow as an individual. It has helped me in boosting my confidence and being open to a number of opportunities. I have had the privilege to perform at many events such as Isharama Day, Swami's birthday, and these values have helped shape me into the young woman I'm aspiring to be today. The teachings and many lessons I have learned about the many different forms of gods and their purposes have helped me understand Swami's purpose. His legacy of your life is my message. As for me, I'm still finding my purpose as a part of Swami's attributes, but I have realized that not everyone is fortunate enough to just be accepted into the Sai family. It's a calling from Swami, in which devotees, like ourselves, have an earning to go. Therefore, many of us have started our journeys at different stages in our lives, because it was when Swami felt that it was our time to play our parts in serving him. My experience as a 17-year-old at the moment would be how many of us teenagers are at a time in life where we are expected to know what we want to do in life and who we want to become. But you are only 17, we're still in our youth, and many of us are still unsure. It's like you need to have it all planned out while also trying to enjoy and savor these last few moments you have left as a youth. I know many of the youths, parents, and teachers in this room have felt this way at some point in their life. It's a time in which you feel so overwhelmed with everything that's going on and feel as though there's no one you can go to. But it's in those moments in which we need to reflect within ourselves, because all the answers to our problems lie there, because it's where God resides. Like Swami says, the same Atma in you is also in me. Sometimes, when I'm having a bad day or feeling stressed or anxious from problems that are bothering me, or studying and preparing for certain subjects, I start listening to a playlist of Swami's bhajan. And the vibrations from just listening to them already makes you feel a lot better. I've been told by many people in my life to never let go of Swami, as he will never let you down. Yes, people may come and go, but Swami, he's always there, not just in me, but in us all. I don't think of Swami as just my guru or teacher. I think of him as a best friend, always there for you no matter what happens. I think that if it wasn't for SSE, I would have never been standing on stages, performing skits for Swami's birthdays, or singing We Are the World for Guru Purnima last year. Over these past few years, I, along with many people sitting in this room, have seen me grow from a shy little girl who would always sing Gauri Ganesh for every children's bhajan to becoming a confident young woman who is able to sing various different bhajans, as well as having the confidence to stand and talk in an environment like this. Not just that, being an SSE student has given me the chance to step out of my comfort zone and try things I never would have imagined myself doing. In regard to school, SSE has given me the confidence to take part in extracurricular activities such as Key Club International, Youth Health Council, and even being able to become a board member of Amnesty International. These clubs help students in raising awareness about issues taking place worldwide, as well as issues condemning the health and well-being of us students. Being able to host these meetings, along with my peers, we can fundraise for events to donate to our community who do so much to serve us and provide us with a better, brighter future. These are just a few experiences that I have had with Swami. I still have many more yet to come, but I hope this inspires many of you to just trust the process and follow in the footsteps of Swami, and everything will come to place at the right time. We are all part of his legacy and will carry it forward, knowingly or unknowingly. Then why not make a conscious effort in carrying it onward, no matter what stage, age, and worldly commitments we are involved in. True Aradhana lies in remembering why Swami assumed the human form, to love and serve mankind. As an organization, this is a collective journey to practice loving and serving all. As an individual, this is a spiritual journey towards the source. As a self-assured but young individual of this organization, I seek your blessing and support in both. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Ramachandra Raghuveera, Ramachandra Ranadira. Ramachandra Raghuveera, Ramachandra Ranadira. Ramachandra Raghuveera, Ramachandra Ranadira. Ramachandra Raghuveera.
Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Shivam Sundaram,
like to introduce and welcome our National President of the Sai Organisation of New Zealand, Uncle Selwyn Naidu, who will be giving us a speech about the new website launch and some information on the Prashanthi pilgrimage this December. Uncle Ashish will be assisting Uncle Selwyn in introducing our social media platforms as well. A video talk by Professor Anil Kumar will follow after this. Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. Offering my prayerful pranams to our beloved Swami on this most auspicious day of Aradhana Mahotsavam. Brothers and sisters, it's such a privilege to be standing under one roof. I can't believe it. This pandemic has really taken over our lives. So I think we must offer gratitude to Swami that we can all gather here and continue your prayers, please, because we'd love to gather here in this manner in the future as well. And be vigilant that this pandemic doesn't rear its ugly head again. So I've been assigned with a few tasks today, and I'll start with the speaking on the theme. Where's the theme? Journey to Sai. So, brothers and sisters, whether you are aware or not, we are all on this journey to Sai. And we have been on this journey for quite some time now. Actually, we've been on this journey for possibly 1,000 lifetimes. Now, where did I pick up that magical number? I listened to a conversation by Professor Bhagia. He's one of Swami's students Swami's lecturers at the university. And he shared an experience that he had with Swami. Professor Bhagia was in the private sector working as a chemical engineer, highly successful. He gave all that up to take a job at Swami's university simply to speed up that journey to Sai. This was somewhere around the late 1980s, 1980s. During the 1990 summer course, he was present when Swami spoke, and part of his speech, Swami said, don't waste a minute of your life. Utilize every moment that you have to do your sadhana so that you could realize your divinity, so that you could realize who you are. So that stuck in Professor Bhagia's head, and he said, I've given everything up and I've come to Swami's university, and now I have this urge to even resign from my job as a lecturer and focus fully on my sadhana. So he handed in his resignation to the Vice-Chancellor. A short while later, he had to explain to Swami why he handed in his resignation. So he said, Swami, I listened to your discourse, I listened to your talk, and you said, spend every moment of your life focusing on your sadhana to realize who you are. Swami said, Bhagya, if you separate your work from your sadhana, then in 1,000 lifetimes, I will never give you moksha, I will never give you liberation. So that's where I got that magical figure from. Brothers and sisters, we are all on this journey. Some are at a very advanced stage. They're making progress in leaps and bounds. There's absolutely no obstacles in the path. They just charge ahead. In fact, their bodies are only used for that purpose, to take them to that goal, to reach the end of that journey. Now let's say they are the spiritually awakened people. Then you get another category of people that are on the journey, they are aware, they are awake, but they're kind of distracted on this journey. there's lots of obstacles on the path, and that progress is not really there. The focus is not there. There's too much of distractions. So then we come to the third category. Now this category of people are fast asleep, but they pretend to be wide awake. Swami says, keep away from them. They are dangerous. Run away far. Those were Swami's words. He said, even if you have strong faith, if you associate with these people, it will weaken your faith. So let's forget about the third category. Let's focus on the problem area, the second category. The first category, they sorted. The second category, now, why is this wavering faith? Why is this journey being delayed? Now, Swami explains, in the summer showers 1990, Swami covers this quite in depth. And he said, it's got lots to do with your antakarna, your inner instruments, which has a strong influence, your mala, vikshepa, and avadana, creates this distorted nature and takes away your focus. The strong influence of the Rajaguna and Tamaguna that has a strong influence on you as well. So the food that we take in, through all our senses can affect the way we relate to God and affect that journey to Sai. Now, here again, I'd like to share an experience that Swami's student shared. And Swami, we know from talking to Brother Venu here, that he has been in the habit of offering prasadam to his boys. Very often he would. And devotees would donate prasadam to Swami and he would take it straight to his boys. On one such occasion, Swami was distributing toiletries to all the boys at the Purnachandra auditorium. And he randomly put his hand in the box and he distributed prasadam, Gillette shaving cream to one, and hair brush, toothpaste, all sorts of things. The boy who related this story was actually given Vico soap. Vico is very good quality soap. So they were all excited, and then soon that excitement went to what the other boy had got. So they forgot about what they got and they were focused on, what did you get, what did you get? The boy that got the soap was looking for his friend across the hall, and he spotted him. He said, what did you get? And the friend said, I got Calvin Klein perfume. So he went quiet. I only got soap here. So they were busy comparing, and they forgot that Swami was in their midst. Swami slowly walked out onto the stage, and he watched these boys. You know, life itself is a drama, but this is a drama within a drama. Chaos. Boys were excited, but comparing, all sorts of things. They had forgotten that the Lord, whom they came for, was right in their midst. But they got excited by the wonders of his hands, all the gifts. Swami looked at the boys. They didn't notice him. Soon they spotted him, and they all turned around, pin drop silence. And Swami waited for a moment, and he said, in Telugu, Andariki Vechinda, did you all get? And they said, yes, Swami, in unison, as they would usually do. A few minutes passed, and Swami said, now Uttudu Cheppu, Swami, Andariki Kabali. Hope I got my Telugu right. Now tell me, who wants Swami? That hit them like a thunderbolt. 15 years later, when this boy related the story, he said they would never ever forget it. And later on in life, it becomes, I want a better car, I want a better job, I want a better house, and the list goes on. It's the same thing, then it was perfumes and soap. It's the same thing. The toys change. And we get so distracted with this that we lose focus on the journey to Sai. And Swami says, even today, I am here. If you need him, that's what he's come for. He's holding us, our hands, waiting to take us through this journey. So, brothers and sisters, let's not lose our focus and join that journey and finish the race. Now, to my second task. We have a few brothers in the organization, Brother Mahesh and Brother Ashish, that have worked tirelessly to put together our website. And I'm so pleased to announce that the website is now up and running, and I will call Brother Ashish to do the official launch and take us through, navigate through the website.
Thank you, Brother Selvan. Humble pranams to our dear Lord Swami. And loving Sai Ram to all of you. So while we're waiting, how many of you have actually logged onto the site? Anyone? It's been out. It's been up for what, a couple of weeks now. So that's the first facing page of our website. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly go through. So the URL of the website, the address of the website is www.sai.org.nz. As you can see on the top here, and the name obviously is Sai Organization of New Zealand. If I show you at the bottom the theme that we have put in there, at the bottom is Pathway to Prashanthi, and we're all familiar with that. So I'll quickly just go through the website. Now this website was based on the Australian Sai Organization website, and so if you go to the Australian Sai Organization website, you'll see a lot of similarities. So basically, we've got a theme of New Zealand with Swami, with the Kiwi and New Zealand map on the right here. So that gives a bit of a Kiwi feeling to it. And what the Australian Sai website, they focus more on their projects. So we don't have that many projects, but obviously the Love in Action Kai from Sai is our main one. So we featured that as our main front page, first page feature. And then what we have at the bottom here is our program. So this is basically the 5 areas: the devotion, Sai spiritual education, community service, young adults and ladies. And what to do to see more of these here, you actually need to go click here, and then it'll take you to the different programs. Now, what this is basically straight from the Australian one. It's very static, so it's basically got the information that said what we intend to do. So this is the first cut of it. So what we intend to do is have a link. So, for example, devotion. Instead of going down here and clicking, we actually want to do is have a link here. We click on the devotion tab, and it'll take you another page where we've all the information about the devotional program, and so forth with the other wings as well. So community service will go with all the community service projects and news and everything else, right? So that's coming. That's something we intend to do. Another thing we've put here is the finding out our nearest Sai center. So if someone new comes along, all they do is, okay, where, if someone is in Mount Roskill, for example, they just click on here and find out all our centers, and okay, the nearest one, come on. There it is. So there's Mount Roskill there, and who the contact person is, and the email. So we also eventually want to put the phone numbers here as well, so they can contact if they want to. And so that you'll see that in pretty much everywhere you go, every page you go to, there'll be the nearest Sai center as well. We've also got links to the Sai podcast that happens from Prashanthi, from the Media Center for Prashanthi. So, for example, if I click on the bhajans one, it'll take you to a page where it's got the latest bhajans. These links have been automatically downloaded from the Media Center in Prashanthi, and you just click on that, and you can listen to the Prashanthi Mandir bhajans, for example. I won't play that now. Another one is the other podcasts that come through as well. So any of those, if you click on it, it'll take you to that page. Then also we've got on the page, right at the bottom, we've got links to our YouTube channel. This is the New Zealand YouTube channel. So if I go there, it'll take you directly to the YouTube channel. And similarly to the Facebook. So if you click on that, it'll take you to the Facebook page. And that's got all the details. And I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with our Facebook page. There was a bit of a drama on that as well, where that got removed because of some conflict that Facebook thought we had with SSIO. And so we had to navigate a few, and with help of Brother Rakesh Naidu, who helped us set up our new Facebook page, and that's been running pretty good. And then finally, we've got the link to the Instagram channel. There you go. So it's all linked there, and you just a click of a button, and you get to that channel. Okay, so on the top here, if you see there's a home page, and you've got our programs, which I showed you already, the news one. So most people, this is probably the up-to-date one. So whenever we have little news items, so the intention is to keep this content coming in and refreshed, and so people get engaged with what's happening with the organization. So obviously the Kai from Sai, if you don't know about it, starts again, resumes after a bit of a layoff since February, wasn't it? Yeah, and so it's getting back on today, so that's great. So there's a small article on that with a blurb of what we do, what the Kai for Sai stands for, and what happens in that. So for example, today's program, we probably later on in a couple of days we'll put a small report on there with a link to the actual YouTube recording that's been happening. So that's quite good. And then finally, if you go to the About Us, we are planning to put more things here, like for example, the members of the National Council, the Regional Council members and contacts, we'll put that there as well. And also, there's a link to the Global Council website. So clicking on the Who is Sai Baba link takes you straight to the Satya Sai Global Council website, and then there's all the details there that you can have a look as well. So instead of opening another page and actually typing inside Global Center, you just click on that and it'll go directly there. So that's basically our website. So it's a start, and it'll keep on growing. So we've also asked the different wings to provide us with more content to go into these 5 wings, and so as we get more content, we'll be putting into there, and people can view that. Brother Selwyn did mention about the hard work, but I didn't do much, honestly. The 2 people who worked really hard in getting this done. So Brother Selwyn gave Brother Mahesh an ultimatum. We want this website up by the end of March. Couldn't make it there, but we just made it in the first week of April, so that was just fantastic. And the hard work there was by Brother Mahesh and Brother Rakesh Naidu from Australia. He's been a pillar of support for us as a New Zealand organization. He's been tremendously helpful. So thank you to both of them. Can I take this opportunity quickly and just talk about the other media platforms we have? I won't take long. The first one is many of you know, we've got our WhatsApp channel, and most of our communication happens through there and through emails, but the fastest way is through WhatsApp. And as you know, we've got our organization WhatsApp channel. It's an invite only, so it's a one-way channel. So if we need to broadcast something quickly, we can just do that on that. Just post for example, today's program, we posted on that, so it gets out to everyone. So we've been asking people to please, I know a lot of people get tired of so many different WhatsApp. I do that too as well. So, but this is a one-way channel, you're not allowed to, you won't be able to put any comments there. So it's just a one-way channel to give out information about the organization to our members. And what we would like is that everybody, as many people as you can in our organization to be part of that channel, so you get the information straight away. The other WhatsApp groups we have, official WhatsApp groups we have, is about 7 or 8 of them, and it's basically broken down into the organization channel, which I just talked about, the center channel, which I'm sure everyone is part of their own center channels, and then you've got your wing channel. So those wing channels, like the national, regional, and the national, regional, and the other wings. So, for example, the National Council members will be part of the National Council WhatsApp group. So that's how we communicate. The Regional Council will have their own ones. So there's not, 7 or 8 WhatsApp groups, but not everyone will be part of every one of them. So maximum maybe 3 WhatsApp group channels. And those channels are official channels. And so if you're part of those groups, be careful what you put in there, because it represents us as an organization. There shouldn't be any, what movie did I see last night and all that stuff. It's not a social thing. It's more for us as an organization to do our work, basically. You're happy to have another group, WhatsApp group that you have your social, conversations, which is fine. But for this, please keep it to the official purposes. And of course, we've got our Facebook channel and Facebook page up as well, and the Instagram. So there's lots of social media options that you can use to find out more about the organization and Swami as a whole. Yeah. So finally, the Google account. What we have done is we've become part of Google. So the Sai.nz is been accepted as Google as a valid domain. Yes. So our emails have, what we've done, we've set up email accounts, generic email accounts. For example, the national president, so the national president at sai.org.nz. So what happens is when there's a changeover, that email still remains the same, and all the documents and all the conversations, it's still there, rather than having your personal email in there. And that goes down all the different roles that we have in the organization, right down to the center level. So we have, Dr. Mahesh has mainly done all the work for, all the way down to the center president. So we still have to do the roles at the center level, but we'll get there. And then once we get that, we can set up grouping. So when there's emails to be sent out, we send it to the group rather than individual roles. So this takes time, but it'll happen, and it's getting there. So yeah, that's the media side. And on the pilgrimage. Yeah. Shall I? Carry on. Yeah, you can carry on. Okay. Right, so this is the exciting one. Have we got it up? There we go. So there's the flyer for the Prashanthi pilgrimage. I don't, hands up, how many people know about this? A few of us, yeah. So this is a zonal program. And so with Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and I think it's Papua New Guinea as well, but I'm not sure if any members there. No. But mainly Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia. As a zone, there is a plan to go to Prashanthi for a Prashanthi pilgrimage at the end of the year, and we have confirmation on the dates, which is the 22nd to the 29th of December, as it says on the flyer. So these are 8 days altogether. If you are going, you're most welcome to go earlier, or you can stay later. But those dates are where the official zone programs will be held. This is early stages. Yes, nothing has been confirmed apart from the dates and the theme. The theme being reunite, recharge at Prashanthi. Reunite with Prashanthi and with fellow devotees after a long period of being away. We haven't been, many of us used to go to Prashanthi almost every year, if not more than once a year. So we haven't been for a long time. So reunite with Prashanthi, and the recharge is to actually get recharged, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually by going to Prashanthi. So that was the theme. Now, the planning for this, I'll just give you some ideas. It's nothing confirmed yet, so these are just planning stages. The activities are being looked into that devotees can partake in when we are there for those official days for the pilgrimage. Some of the activities are something like visiting the key institutions in Prashanthi, places of significance, doing seva in Prashanthi, like prasadam packing, distribution. Tree planting is some suggestion that if SSC students are there, they can do some tree planting there. Medical camps. One really exciting I found was Sevadal opportunity. I'm sure you'd love to have the opportunity of doing Sevadal there, of being of the official Sevadal uniform and all that. So that's quite exciting. Again, this is nothing confirmed. This is the planning stages yet. And the other one is the Christmas decoration, carol singing, plays by children, and the decoration of the samadhi. So as the activities get confirmed, we'll let you know. So at the moment we're meeting with the zonal committee every 2 weeks and getting things done. And as we get confirmation, we keep on passing it to you so that you are aware of it. And we've also, part of that is the pre-pilgrimage activities that we can do here before we go. Again, there's a lot of ideas being shared among the committee as well as the devotional zone devotional coordinators. Suggestions have been put forward, so nothing is confirmed. As they get confirmed, we'll pass it on to you. So this is really exciting. So I hope you guys start looking for your airfares and bookings. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Loving Sai Ram to all of you, and my humble pranams at the feet of our beloved Baba. Now, this is a little bit of an advertisement for the upcoming Ishwarama Day, something you are all familiar with. But before I go there, I thought I'd just share with you something that happened this morning. That lovely speech by Swami where he told Professor Anil Kumar, action first, right? And from the corner of my eye, I saw Brother Venu and some Karam yogis going, yes, action on top. Does not mean that, the three, it's how Swami says that it's the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga coming together, always. But from his speech, for a moment it felt like service is the better one, but trust me, all of them are. Service in action is how we portray ourselves to the outside world. But unless we think, feel and act act, feel, and think is not going to work. So in that regard, it is really contextual. If we are not aligned with ourselves and our thoughts inside, the way we serve and the way we come out to the world is going to be very misaligned as well. So in that sense, illumination falls in the realm of the education wing. And education wing, again, I think it's a minor disclaimer, but we all know, it's not just for children, right? We all need the 3 yogas to ultimately merge with the source. And that is something which is, as part of the organization, we'll try and keep reminding ourselves all the time that education wing is not just for children, action is just not for the men, it's for the ladies as well. And bhakti, which is sitting beautifully in the center, is for all of us, because we all have the body, heart, and the mind, right? So in that regard, there is an inner child in each one of you. Even if you have children, they've grown up, they've gone away, never mind. This is for you as well, for life. So Ishwarama Day, as we know, we celebrate it as Mother's Day. And when we say mothers, it's not just the physical way, Mata, mother we talk about. It's the feminine principle, the feminine energy that is in each one of us. There'll be a bit of elaboration on the program as to the different aspects of the feminine energy Swami's talked about and how the different forms of mother are worshipped, which children will share with you. I won't go into the details. We have a lovely speaker organized for us who's going to enlighten us with his experiences. And if you ever came to know about the story of how he was chosen by Swami, it's just another miracle. He's Shri Prem Anush. Some of you might have heard his talks on YouTube. He works with the Sai Media Center in Prashanthi. So really looking forward to that. There will be some, it's an online program for now, but we will make the best of it. So please join and bring the inner child in you, ask some questions, and just have, to make the best of it. So yeah, that's really from me. So looking forward to seeing you online on the 6th of May.
Sai Ram, brothers and sisters, we have another program that's been running for some time now, for perhaps the last 6 odd months. It's called Pathway to Prashanthi. I'd like to call Brother Inder Manilal to tell us more about this program.
Pronounced the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan on this most auspicious day. And this is indeed a surprise. I was told about an hour or 2 hours ago that I'm going to come and talk to you about Pathway to Prashanthi. I think this journey started when we all came to Global Council. That's when it all started. And we just wanting to sustain this, to keep you to join us. You heard about the program that's going to be released just now about going to Prashanthi at the end of the year. But in between, what we decided to do was to keep that momentum going. Every month there's a speaker that we get from Prashanthi to talk to us, to enlighten us, and rekindle our love and the energies that we have. And so that goes on, and it did have a bit of a lapse, or complacency we got at the end of last year, but we got the momentum back going again, and we've had one last month, this month, and early next month again, and then we've got 2 speakers. Ravi Grove is overseas at the moment, and I was having a chat with him, so we've got 2 more speakers lined up for the next 2 months, so that's going to keep the program going right until December. And just to tell you that, please tune in. It is of benefit to all of us, and we always monitoring the listenership and the live transmission that goes. And I think we'll all find comfort, and we'll find that energy that we're looking for, that love, that feeling, that unity, when we participate in it. Not just being there for that moment. You'll find this rekindling of energy and love that's coming to you. So it's an appeal to you. Please join us, like all the other social media programs that are going on. Become active. It is, Bhagwan says, thinking of me all the time, Namasavara. that is part of the process. So whether you're going on WhatsApp, whether you're going on all the other social media, you're looking at all the Sai information, that is keeping that going. So Pathway to Prashanthi is keeping you going all to that journey, not for you to slacken now. So that is what we want to do, keep the momentum. And we all excited that this journey to Sai, journey to Prashanthi, so it's all part of that program. And it was not something that was planned, but it was just came about, evolved, and obviously nothing happens by chance, it's all by divine will. So it's part of that divine will. We wanted to tap into the program, be for the moment, enjoy it, and you can always go back and watch it on YouTube again. But on that moment, at that night, we drop everything else to make sure we are there, whether it's study circle, whether it's other programs. So likewise, we want you to have that. And you know, Bhagwan's collective energy is what is important. So that energy, it's all helping us, helping the atmosphere, helping all that's happening around the world, and keeping everybody happy. All right, so please, we look forward to watching you. I'll be monitoring the numbers. So we'd like to see all of you here being there. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
कहो कृष्ण कहो ईश्वर अल्लाह साईं कहो राम कहो कृष्ण कहो ईश्वर अल्लाह साईं कहो कृष्ण कहो ईश्वर अल्लाह साईं कहो राम कहो
Sai Ram. Pronounced at the lotus feet of our Bhagavan, dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this morning session. As I told you last week, we are very, very close to Samadhi Day, the 24th, the day when he has withdrawn from his physical body. I also stated last week that we are orienting ourselves or preparing ourselves by setting our mood to that day of tranquility, peace, prayerfulness, and gratitude. It is in the same wavelength. Let me share with you a couple of thoughts. I may state once again, it may be tiresome to some of you, but it is important to me. What is it? That all examples I give, all the statements I make are from Sai literature only. They are not born out of my imagination or hypothesis or conclusions drawn out of dreams, hearsay, nothing like that. Whatever I am saying is authentic, it is black and white, published in our books. Therefore, its authenticity and credibility is clearly established. Now, my friends, taking that as the background, Sai literature, Sai teachings as the background, let me put forward a couple of those ideas. The Christians say the second coming of Christ. What do you mean by second coming of Christ? What do you mean by that? The Hindu scripture says God incarnates from time to time, age to age, to restore dharma and to make dharma put into action. So Hindu scriptures say that God incarnates from time to time. The Christian theology expects second coming of Christ. Again, Bhagavad Gita says that God has form, he has no form. Both are said there in Bhagavad Gita. Both the statements, that he has a form and he has no form. Here in Holy Bible, the Christian theology speaks of cosmic Christ, universal Christ. What do you mean by that? Along this line, I would like to share with you few of the collections from Sai literature. November 23rd is the day of the appearance of the form in the name of Satya Sai Baba. November 23rd is the day of celebration of God taking a human form in the name of Satya Sai Baba. That's well known to us. April 24th is the day of celebration of formless state of God. November 23rd is the formful state, Sakara. 24th of April is formless state, Nirakara. Both are equally important. Both are same. We cannot think that one is auspicious, other is inauspicious. Both are equally auspicious. Bhagavan said at one time, as we walk, we put one leg forward and the next leg. One, two. Like that we go on moving forward. We cannot say, sir, please put forward your right leg. Leave your left leg outside the house. Can you say that? The right leg, left, right. They follow naturally. You cannot say right is auspicious, left is inauspicious. One follows the other. Similarly, the form appeared on November 23rd to give us the experience of formlessness on 24th of April. This is the first statement I would like to make it very clear. Simple example. There is a lorry tire, or a car tire, or a balloon which is full of air, inflated, full. What is the form of the air now? Tire. What is the form of the air now? Balloon, right? Where it is contained. Am I right? When the balloon bursts, when the tire bursts, or flat tire, what will happen to the air? The air inside is released and becomes one with the air outside. The air within the balloon is limited. When the balloon bursts, limited air merges into the unlimited air all around. Am I clear? Similarly, 23rd November is the air taking the form in the name and form of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba. 24th April, form having been dropped, becomes formless that spreads out all over. To put it in a simple sentence, the individual becomes universal. Individual becomes universal. Simple example. A river flows. When the river flows, finally it merges into the ocean. A river which is so small, river which is so limited in its distribution, in its circulation, in its vastness, which is so limited, when once it merges into the ocean, it becomes so vast, so expansive, so infinite. A river is the form, ocean is formlessness. A river is November 23rd, ocean is April 24th. Am I clear, sir? And again, another point is here. Rivers are born out of the ocean again. River is not born elsewhere. Out of the ocean, rivers are born. And the rivers merge back into the ocean. So ocean is the main one, out of which rivers emerge. And the rivers finally merge into the ocean. In other words, God is nameless, God is formless, God is universal, God is cosmic, expansive, so vast is the ocean. Out of that ocean, you find avatars, rivers. The river is out of the ocean. It has got the same quality of the ocean. Same quality. Water only, H2O. Ocean is not H3O. River and ocean both are H2O. This born out of it and finally emerges and merges. One is emergence, another is the merger. Emergence of the ocean, merger back to the ocean, while the ocean is constant. Emergence is avatar. Emergence is avatar. Emergence is God appearing with a name and form. That is emergence. Out of what? That infinite, vast, ever-present, expansive, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent witness the divine. Merger meaning the movement, the river flows everywhere, it goes back. So the Sakara, the form, and the Nirakara are interrelated, are intertwined, are interdependent. Nothing like one being superior to the other. Nothing like one being inferior to the other. It is only a realization of both. Therefore, 24th of April is the celebration of awareness. It is a celebration of total understanding. It is a celebration of spiritual dimension to our journey.
Hare Hare Ram Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare Ram Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare Ram Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare Sai Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare Sai Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare Ram Ram Bhajo Man Hare Hare
Shankar Deva. Shambho Shankar Deva.
serene and beautiful morning we are privileged to have had. Thank you everyone for attending our Aradhana Mahotsavam and spending your morning with us. I'm sure you all are very tired of seeing me now, so just a few reminders before I sign off for today. Please do visit our website at www.sai.org.nz and follow our social media platforms to receive regular updates from us. Please also feel free to stay back after the program for Prasadam and use this opportunity to reconnect with those of us that are here today. Another small request for all the young adults. If you're keen to be part of the Sai Young Adult family, please stay back for a chat. Our National Young Adult Coordinators, Vaishali and Gajan, are looking forward to meeting all the young adults today. I will now pass on back to Auntie Kogala, who is our regional devotional coordinator, to deliver a vote of thanks. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you all again for your presence and attention. I hope you drive home safely. Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I will not take a long time, but generally a vote of thanks does take a lot of time because it involves a lot of effort from everyone. Most importantly, my humble salutations at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, and a huge thanks to Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba for giving us the opportunity to celebrate the form to formless. It is He who made this happen. Of course, with all of you as the instruments, I'd like to thank the Habib Pekaranga Center for putting up wonderful altar here and making all the arrangements, and a huge thanks to them. The beautiful young adults singing session really lifted the program to another level. We've come here after a long time, and to just take us into that zone was really uplifting. So thank you, young adults, for the beautiful musical program that you had. And it's a new committee. We've all come together. Brother Jay Shankar, congratulations on the regional convener's role, and you developed a fantastic welcome speech. I'm sure all of us will support you with the help of Sai. So thank you for that wonderful organization. The bhajans were awesome. All the singers, thank you so much for that. Without the bhajans, we wouldn't all be here. It's Swami who gave us the bhajans, and we sing His glory all the time. And when we sing His glory, we are lifted to another world. So all the bhajan singers, thank you. I should not forget the SSC kids. Oh my God, they really transported me to another world. The true message of Sai, so much to learn from them. So thank you, young adults, for this beautiful message. Pranav and Kashika, it really resonated with me. And not to forget National Presidents, Brother Salvan and Ashish and Shad Salvan Thai, you all have put together the website, which is really uplifting to see that come through, and I'm sure all of us will be visiting the website and getting the information that we need. Of course, we are all here for a reason, to celebrate the Aradhana, and brothers have put together a fantastic meal idea, so there'll be food as well. So a huge thanks to the kitchen team who is putting together the food for us. And the mic system, Brother Yogan tirelessly works on this every time, every program. He's got a huge team behind him, so Brother Yogan, thank you for that. I was given 3 minutes. I know 3 minutes is not enough to thank everybody. If I have missed anybody, it's not intentional, it is just that time is running out. But beautiful program, and everyone who has put together this wonderful program together, my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. So an applause to you all as well. Never to forget Swami, who has given us the opportunity to celebrate every event. So Swami, a huge thanks to you all from the bottom of our hearts. Sai Ram, drive home safely, and we'll do Om Tat Sat and Aarti soon.
Love is my path, truth is my breath, this is my truth. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my truth. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my truth. Love is my form, truth is my my life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No religion for
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా.
Embodiments of love.
సత్యసాయి ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో ఐకమత్యం చాలా ప్రధానం.
In such as the organization, unity is important.
All the brotherhood of man, fatherhood of God.
There should be fatherhood of God and brotherhood of man.
అందరూ ఒకరికొకరు ఏకం కావాలి.
All should be one.
ఎట్టి ద్వేషం కానీ,
no hatred,
ఎట్టి అసూయ కానీ,
no jealousy,
ఎట్టి విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క అభ్యంతరాలు కానీ ఉండకూడదు.
There should be no differences
ఏదో
whatsoever.
వ్యక్తిగతమైన ద్వేషాలు ఒక క్షణంలో వచ్చినా
There may be individual
వాటిని
level,
మర్చిపోవాలి.
but you should forget them.
హలో బ్రదర్ ఆ విధమైనటువంటి దీని కింద పోవాలి.
We should start working saying hello
అది
brother.
కూడా హార్ట్ నుంచి రావాలి.
It should come out of the heart.
ఏదో 10 మంది చూసుకునే కోసం హలో లోపలంతా హలో.
For others' sake we may say hello.
చాలా
Hello.
స్టంట్ చేస్తున్నారు.
Many take to resort to this stunt.
ఈ స్టంట్ మనకు మంచిది కాదు.
This sort of a stunt is not good.
నిన్నే ఉంచుతుంది.
This stunt will deceive you.
హృదయపూర్వకంగా నీవు దీన్ని అనుసరించు.
You should follow your heart.
ప్రేమపూర్వకంగా నీవు ఆచరించు.
You practice with love.
దివ్యమైనటువంటి భావాన్ని నీవు తలుచుకో.
Develop divine feeling.
ఇది నిజమైనటువంటి హ్యూమన్ వాల్యూ.
This is true human value.
దైవం నీ హృదయవాసి.
God dwells in your heart.
కాబట్టి ఈ వచ్చే భావములన్నీ కూడా దైవ భావములే అని నీ విశ్వసించు.
Don't have faith that feelings that come out of the heart are divine
ఎవరిని
feelings.
కఠినమైనటువంటి పలుకుతో నీవు బాధించవద్దు.
Never use harsh words.
You cannot always oblige, but you can speak always obligingly.
You cannot always oblige, but you can talk obligingly.
మంచి మాటలతో నీవు పలకరించు.
You speak softly.
కనుకనే అప్పుడే మనకు ఆ హ్యూమన్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది.
Finish it.